Hey, it looks like I'm live. Is this on? Let me turn off the AC. Let me turn it down. It's kind of loud. Let me turn this up. Check, check, check. Let me know if you can hear me. I can't be sure. Somebody. Okay. I can see your comments in the comment. I don't post all the comments. So hello, we're live. I want to know if you think that businesses are using gas prices and inflation to price gouge. I don't need any examples. Just what do you think? I definitely think so. Some things I'm buying are twice as much. And if gas prices were twice as much, and I guess they are, but if gas price was their only cost, I would get that. But that's only a portion of the cost. There's labor. Those costs haven't gone up that much. There are other costs that haven't gone up that much. And so I'm a little wary of paying a lot of money for stuff and chalking it up to, well, it's the gas prices, because I feel like we're being taken advantage of in some cases. And many of my hardcore conservative supply demand friends will say, so what? Then don't buy it. And you know what? I agree. What are you going to do? Actually, it's an opportunity to consume less. We all buy way too much stuff. And here's the thing, the prices will continue to go up as long as you pay them. Stop paying it. Don't buy so much stuff. Don't go to the market. Clara, don't go to the market and get all the same stuff and pay twice as much or whatever they're asking. Go to the market with the same amount of money that you got before and make do. That's not the way we do it in the United States now, but it's the way we should do it. Warren Shaw, geez, barely open a business. Look, see, here we go. Open a bit. Oh, why don't you help me out, Warren Shaw? Why don't you take me to school? You probably have a business, right, Warren? So if the cost was only gas, then I would get it. But as I mentioned, there are other costs. And I understand that the cost of gas makes other things related to a business cost more as well. But I don't believe that it's going up as much as, I don't believe the costs have gone up in all cases as much as. I haven't heard anything more from you, Warren. Why don't you take me to school? Gas companies are making record profits. It's crazy. Yeah. Speaking of gas companies, the Russians are making crazy profits, and the Germans are giving them $1 billion a day to fund the war. Shame on the Germans for getting in that situation, right? And good for us for not being in that situation. I got to hand it to us on one thing. Still waiting for Warren Shaw. Anything else? Warren, you want to explain what you meant? Geez, Bradley, open a business before you show us how much you don't understand. See, that's kind of trolly kind of talk. You could say the same thing in a less a-holy way, if I can't think of a better word. You're right. I don't understand completely. Help me out. And I would love it if you could make me understand that, in fact, no businesses are gouging. I would be great with that. I would thank you for showing me why that's the case. I'd feel much better about my fellow man and womankind, etc. That'd be great. But if you're a business and profit is your motive, and which it is, of course, that the profit motive is a good thing. If that were your bottom line, and you thought you could get away with charging more and people would pay it because A, they're used to just paying more, and B, you think that they will think that it's just because of gas prices and other inflationary factors, then you probably would charge more, right? That's the way it works in the United States, supply and demand. You would keep charging until the people would say, I can't afford that anymore. That's a good thing. That's the way it works. I'm asking you to go ahead and change the demand, because as long as the demand is strong, the prices will go up. One thing good about gas prices, they do go down. Other stuff does not go down much. One thing that bothers me is the price of a hamburger. Warren, maybe you could explain why a hamburger needs to be $20. Maybe you can help me out with that? Again, I would feel much better. I can go. I know they have to pay the cook. They have to pay the lights and all that. But this is another thing, another topic. I just can't stand paying $20 for a hamburger. $20. I went to a place near my home, got a hamburger to go. The price was $21. Well, actually, the price was $19 in that case, plus tax, which put it up over 20, like 21, I guess. Then a $2 tip, which I leave. Even though it was a to-go order, maybe that's not enough, but it was only $2. That gets me to $23 for a hamburger. I got it home. Meh. The next night, I said, I can do a hamburger this well. And yeah, I could. I reenacted the hamburger. It had a side of Brussels sprouts and everything for a fraction of the price. And the meat I used was organic, the very best possible beef. Just as good. And I didn't have to go all the way over there to get it. And I didn't have to lug it back. And I didn't have to feel like a tool for paying $20. Clara says, that's crazy. Wow. Okay. Now we go to Tim Murphy. Ride the T, avoid the traffic jams. Plenty of room these days. Tim is oh God, what you call it? Chief Inspector Gadget on the T. He knows. So Tim, why is it slow these days? Because, here's one theory I have on that. Everybody was so desperate to travel that they left town. Is that it? I mean, the students are gone and people are out of town. The town seemed empty. And I do take the T. I love the T, man. Sometimes I think I could live in the country, but they don't have the T. Steve Doc, stop paying $21, Bradley. You are the problem. Exactly. I agree. Everyone's the problem who continues to pay the money. Your vote, your dollar counts more even than your political vote. These days, it seems that, people are unsure about the value of a vote, but nobody's unsure about the value of your buck. You're right. Stop paying the $21. And when it comes to groceries, right? Peaches, $2.89 a pound. That's 3 peaches. That's like $1 a peach. I went to the market and did the self-checkout thing. It's like 3 peaches is almost $3. Here, dingy, dingy, dingy. Can you take these back, please? Too much. So this is a good chance to cut down on everything, to be frugal. Being frugal feels good. Look for the deal. Don't eat so much. Eat cheaper stuff. Pretend it's World War II. Pretend everybody's, really scrimping. Do you remember, did you go to college? Do you remember being in college? Do you remember being poor? Were you unhappier then because you couldn't spend $21 on a hamburger, for example? I went to college and I was super happy and I was so poor. Let me tell you my poor story. Everybody's got a poor story. You know what I had for lunch? This is not making stuff up. It sounds like a Steve Martin comedy thing. I would go to the Memorial Union building, which is where students hung out and had lunch. And I would get a few packets of ketchup, mustard, and relish and just put them on saltines that were all free. And if I did have, and I'd have tea, I'd bring a tea bag. That's food, right? As you know, President Reagan decreed that ketchup is a vegetable, but relish is certainly a vegetable. Mustard must have some nutritional value. But every once in a while, I'd splurge and get a salad. You get the salad bowl, you could take it to the salad bar. And to the way I would cheat, I guess it's cheating, or I should say enhance my salad. Just take carrot sticks or celery sticks from the salad bar and kind of make the bowl bigger by sticking them in. Do you know, like logging trucks, they have wooden, it's a flatbed truck and they have things sticking up. And so you can put more logs in. Well, that's what I did with the bowl. I built a bigger bowl using long celery sticks and carrot sticks and then packed it in. Nobody said anything. And now you get used to going to the market and, oh, look at that. The fish is $20. That's right. Fish is off the charts. So it's a good time to eat less and to eat cheaper stuff. Get the crappy food. No one's going to do what I do because you're just not going to. This is what I have done is changed my view on food so that it's fuel. And I want high test fuel. I want bang for the buck on the fuel. So I don't need to like it anymore. Kale. I don't like kale at all. Super good for me, super cheap. That's the kind of thing you got to do. If you have kids, they're going to go, meh, meh, meh. That's why I don't have kids. That's one of the reasons I don't have children. They would not be down with my food is fuel thing. Eggs, still pretty good deal. Egg whites, kale. Protein, well, eggs. When I have scrambled eggs, I'll have 3 or 4 eggs, but with only 1 egg yolk. And that's a lot of eggs. And I simply have gotten used to not eating so much. So thanks, Steve. $99 for a pound of peaches at Poor People's Version, not the Elites. Where is that? Is that a store, the Poor People's Version? 99 cents a pound peaches for the Poor People's Version. Stevie baby, where can I get peaches for 99 cents a pound? I'm all over that. Also, beer. One really good thing is so far, Narragansett still like $6.99, $7.99 a 6-pack, $7.99 a 6-pack. I'm not really down with the fancy beers, like the ones you pay $13 for a 4-pack. Sorry, man. Icy cold Gansett. Sure, I'll have one of those sometimes, but I'm really not down to that. Looking sharp, Bradley. Looking sharp. Go to the farmer market, Haymarket at the end of the day. Yep, he's right. And I hope nobody. I don't want that to get too flooded. That's right. John, you know about produce. A produce man. And that guy told me that the stuff there is stuff that was going to get thrown out. I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't even care. It's edible. If it's got a bruise on it, I don't care. The only bummer is if you get like a crate of strawberries or a carton of strawberries, like a box of strawberries. The big thing, like 6 pints. You got to freeze them right away because they will start to get moldy. Boom, way before you know. But you got to do that. Another thing I did, I used to, when I was in school, and I could do that again, get some plain frozen yogurt, plain yogurt, and some crushed pineapple in cans, mix it in and freeze it. And I'm really into being frugal. It's fun and it really pays off. And I'm doing my part to fight inflation. The inflation increases because you guys continue to pay it. I'm trying not to pay it. I would urge you to change your habits. A lot of you don't want to. Well, nothing I can do. These days you can't convince anybody to do anything. I'm just going to live by example and try to be super frugal. Super frugal. I still hate breaking the $20 bill the same way I used to. $20 bill is gold to me. It's like 100 to other people. Break a 20. Oh, I just broke one a little while ago. Let's see. Anthony Fierro called them the uglies. Anthony the Pro Produce. That's right. Anthony Fierro, what's his company? They don't need to name his company. Anthony Fierro is one of the guys at the produce market in Chelsea or Everett. Chelsea. Yeah. You know, the big, huge produce market. He's one of the kings there. Stephen Dock gets his 99 cents a pound peaches for in suburban Philly. So that wasn't really very helpful to me, Stephen. I can't go to Philly. Where can I get them around here? Stephen, are you from Philly? Anybody else here? Michelle. I'm taking about driving to do errands in Quincy. What's that mean? I don't know. Tim Murphy, always good to hear. What about the real estate taxes? Okay. What about the huge real estate taxes just because housing prices have soared? Housing prices soar, driving up the value, therefore driving up the assessment, therefore driving up the taxes. Yeah, it's bad if you just want to live there. It's good if you want to sell it. All of the construction of ugly box condos and apartments eating up the open space, greed, traffic gridlock, getting priced out of housing. Yeah. Where would I go if I couldn't live here anymore? Well, probably up to northern New Hampshire or Vermont. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Either that or Lisbon. That's a big jump because of healthcare and everything. Who knows what the deal is? But if I'm going to stay in the United States, really, I'm probably going to northern New Hampshire. A lot of people move to northern New Hampshire, move to the sticks because of COVID. And I heard there's a lot of regret on that. And people are moving back. I don't know. So that's it. I was only going to just talk to you for a little bit. I do want to say I want to plug a couple of things. I'm super excited. A while ago, I promised myself I would do a project and make travel videos out of all my old footage. You know how long that took? Like 2 years. Finally done. And part of that project was to go through all my photos, 18,000 photos and videos, and get rid of duplicates that I stupidly caused somehow. But you have to do it one at a time. Figure out which one is the bigger one if they're not the same size. 18,000. Get them into albums for organization. Make sure the right photos are in the right albums. Oh my God, that's done. And so I have made 110 videos, travel videos, and you can find Bradley J Travel on YouTube. I'll be posting one a day, one every couple of days. Also, really excited that a musical project called Bridge Bender I do with a vocalist. I have a vocalist I work with. I do everything. I write the music. I perform the music. I even sing the music, and then I send it to her many times, and I'll say, okay, sing just like I do. And then I remove my vocals. Although sometimes she will ad lib and keep that in there. She will ad lib the vocals, sing them in a different way or in a different place, or add oohs and ahs and stuff. Anyway, that's called Bridge Bender. It's on Spotify. Bridge Bender, like a bridge you drive across, only the wind is so strong that it bends the bridge. Bridge Bender. And that's actually getting really good. Best things I ever did musically. Or did manage to go to with Shannon to get away. She hasn't been able to get away for years. Finally, she was able to. So we took Molly and we went to White Mountains in a cabin. And we went to Killington. We went way up into Maine, and we went to Provincetown for one night. And that stuff's pretty darn good. It's expensive now, but she hadn't been anywhere in years, so it was good to do. Worth it totally. What else? So the videos I want you to watch. The music I want you to listen to. It's good, actually. I guess who I ran into? Rick Hart of Ace of Heart Records the other day, and talked to him a long time. That was fun. Haven't seen him for decades. I'm doing a radio show, and I'm trying to actually convince one of the major papers to do an article on this full circle thing. First time I came to Boston, when I first came to Boston, I did radio at place called WZBC, and it's college radio, and I loved it, and I've been doing it off and on ever since, like 81. And so I went from WZBC to WBCN for 38 years, then WBZ for like 10 years. 10 years. And now I'm doing the shows at WZBC again and loving them. I'm also posting them on Mixcloud. It's called Ignore the Machine. I'm super proud of these shows. I spend 8 hours to do, takes 8 hours to do a 2-hour show with the research of finding the music, researching the bands, organizing it, deciding the order. And I come to it with a lot more experience than I used to have as far as sensibilities, as far as be professional, but not too professional. Give info, not too much info. Be easygoing. Don't talk too much. Don't talk too. They're, you know what? I think they're perfect shows. Most of you are not going to like the music because it's it's not Aerosmith. It's not Led Zeppelin. But if you like new music and different music, you would. It's not for you if it's not. And one thing that's really great is Mixcloud. Mixcloud is a place that allows you to upload your mixes. They pay the royalties. They have deals with the record companies. You have to do mixes. You can't do individual songs. It has to be of a certain length. And that's how they're set up. But their audience is the whole world. There are DJs from all over the world, and they follow each other, and my show's starting to get some traction. It's called Ignore the Machine. So that's great. I'm determined to learn to play the guitar. Here's my rig here. I can only play it half-assed, but this is a nice Gibson Studio. I really want to become sort of proficient on it. That's my goal now. Something I can do when I'm old and blind. Old with bad knees. I already have the bad knees. Okay, I don't want to continue. It's late. I have to drink. Oh, what station number is it? Okay, good question, Clara. It's 90.3. And if you want to listen to the show live, it's Mondays at 10 a.m., 2 hours. And it's Mondays at 10 a.m., 90.3. WZBC. Let's see. Michelle says, Quincy, he said the tea can't go there. Okay. I still don't quite understand that. Steve says, read your circulars. Yes, Philly born, but suburban living for the last 45 years. All right. I guess we're done here. Thank you very much. I'm going to do this more often. I love doing it. I was trapped into doing those videos and organizing, and now I'm free, I tell you. I want to say, by the way, that when I started retirement, the pandemic started as well. And so retirement wasn't what I hoped, but I think it was because of the pandemic. So now that that's over, one thing the pandemic made me appreciate is time. Let me tell you something. Time is the most valuable thing. And I so appreciate just waking up each day and having a full, beautiful day, to, even if it's a rainy or freezing cold day, a full, beautiful day, to be alive. I don't have any real bad pain. I'm not broken down. I'm not terribly broken down. Some things are breaking down, but all in all, I'm super thankful. And just to be able to communicate with you and do the creative things I do, I'm very thankful. It's funny because I was doing it before, but I didn't enjoy it so much. And all of a sudden, boom, now I love it. Don't know why. Maybe it's just getting used to, well, maybe it's just not feeling guilty finally about not working. Okay. Truly, that's it. What am I going to do now? Nothing. I'm going to have, what am I going to have? A Manhattan. I think it's Manhattan time. And a cigar. I know they're terrible for you, but I got one for the trip to Provincetown. It was too windy to smoke it, and I don't want it to get old and stale. For those of you who shave your head, by the way, you notice I have a shaved head now. I mean, I'm not wearing a bandana. The reason I used to wear a bandana is because I couldn't really shave it's really comfortable. For 40 years, I wore a bandana. I like cranking it down tight. This feels weird and cold and naked, and I don't really like it, but I'm going to try to get used to it. The reason I'm going to try to get used to it is I found a device that shaves your head excellently. The darn thing works, and it's not even expensive. And I've tried a lot of stuff. And next time we talk, I hope I can remember to show this device to you and tell you about it. Okay, John Graham, I want to personally thank especially two very loyal people, Clara, super loyal, and John Graham, always there for me. And I really appreciate it. And Tim Murphy, by the way. Tim Murphy's in there too. Tim, you're a hell of a guy. Take care.